I have to admit, I didn't expect this abundance of ducks. One of the best places in America to go winter birding is Rhode Island, said no one ever. So take a look at this. This may change your mind. Sachuest National Wildlife Refuge. Sachuest Point National Wildlife Refuge. But this is the best national wildlife refuge I've been to in Rhode Island. Of course, it's the only one I've been to. I've done this refuge once in the fall, but this is my first winter visit. Sachuest Point is across the bay from Newport, Rhode Island, a city often described as a drinking town with a sailing problem. 100 years ago, during the last Gilded Age, it was the #1 place in America where billionaires built their little summer cottages. This one just went back in the market for $30 million, if you're interested. The refuge is somewhat sheltered from the prevailing wind, so the ducks like it on this side of Sachuest Bay. One of the things that makes Sachuest National Wildlife Refuge so special is it's a peninsula that sticks way out in the water with a hiking trail 3/4 of the way around it. Great views of the ocean on the edge. And then the entire interior is a unique scrub habitat. So this place is special. I mean, short-eared owls were seen up here earlier this week. Now that's how you know you're in a national wildlife refuge. A deer right next to you that thinks you're boring. This is really a leisurely place to be. People come here to walk around the edges just for fun and exercise. And if you're really crazy, winter surfing. Another nice thing about this is the leisurely pace of birding this area, because you just walk this easy path right along the ocean edge. Every time you turn a corner, there's more sea ducks right in your lap. So you come around the first corner, buffalo heads, lots of them. And if you're paying attention, common golden eyes. And next corner, harlequin ducks. These harlequin ducks nest on whitewater rivers all over northern Canada, especially to western Canada and into Alaska. But in the winter, they come down and play in the surf. They like to be where no other duck dares go. And they got beat up. But they don't have much competition for whatever food is in there. I got 44 greater scaup. How many did you get? Best flock of greater scaup I've seen in a long time. Of course, one of the big advantages of birding the smallest state in America is that if a rare bird shows up, you're probably only 15 minutes away from it. There's a northern lapwing, 15 minutes that way. There's a tundra bean goose that's been spending most of the month 20 minutes that way. Of course, that's not how it works where I come from in Maine. If you get a rare bird alert for a bird, you still could be hours away from it. Purple sandpipers. I love these guys. Northernmost nesting sandpiper in the world. And that's what they love to feed in. Big wave comes up, they just edge over, let it splash over the rock, then they go right back. Black scoters. Lots of them. Horned grebes. Well, I guess they had to be here somewhere. And one thing is true no matter where you go. These things always suck. So one thrilling feature about this National Wildlife Refuge is all the paths are wheelchair accessible, and there are nice benches to sit. Now, that may not be important to me right now, but give me 10 years, we'll see. I mean, how many places are there where you can just sit right next to the ocean edge and watch the common eiders play on the rocks right in front of you? I have a confession to make. I like national wildlife refuges better than I like national parks. That secret does not leave this room. That's a lot of common golden eyes, and I think a few harlequin ducks mixed in. All right, greater scaup. Red-breasted merganser. You know, these guys nest up in Canada, but right now, all that water is frozen, so here they are. Kind of a mixed marriage, male surf scoter, female common eider. White-winged scoter, a little far out. Oh, worst video of a Brant flyby ever. Oh, if you're keeping score, all these birds just now have all been right here at Flint Point. So most of these birds we're seeing nest in Canada, not the US. Although if Canada becomes the 51st state, then they would be nesting in the US. How does that work? American robin. So Canada geese nest in the US. So after Canada becomes the 51st state, will they become American geese? How does that work? What do we call the Gulf of Mexico now? I'm getting confused. Make scaups greater again. I know this was a pretty short visit to Sachuest National Wildlife Refuge, but I'm going to quit while I'm ahead before this gets too boring.